Let's make it a good day.
Coming up today, hot off the presses, we are getting our first look at the new season of Stranger Things. And things are definitely changing. Then, what would cause Disney World to ban you from their parks for life? Well, this famous TikToker found out. His story? Not so magical. And hands down, she is one of my favorite guests, period. Mad in the Kitchen's Madeleine Smithberg is back with another great recipe and more secrets and stories from her time in late night. Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah.
Good morning, Detroit Lakes. Good morning, Shoreview. Good morning, Blaine. And good morning to you. Welcome to the Jason Show. I'm Jace. Please say hello to my sidekick sister from another mister and America's favorite mime, Kendall Mark.
Did you tell what I was saying?
You said hello, everybody.
Thank you. Yeah, that's what I
How you
said.
doing?
I'm a good mime, aren't I?
You are a good mime.
Thank you.
And
Thank
you're
you.
a good lady.
Thanks.
My lady. How you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm doing so much better than you.
Yeah, you really are. Yeah.
You'll see why.
I'll tell you about that in a minute. But let's say hello to our audience. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up. We have Stella and Connie. Good morning, ladies.
Morning.
Good morning. Stella, where are you calling from?
Hi, I'm here from Hinckley, Minnesota.
Oh, Hinckley. I got to tell you, I was there last year or so. Priscilla Presley was at Grand Casino, and we were there, and you guys, you're the nicest people there. I spent the night, had a wonderful time. I love Hinckley.
Yes, it's a fun place.
It is. Okay, and Connie, where are you calling in from?
Bloomington, Minnesota.
Bloomington, home of my other home, the Mall of America. We're going to be having fun with the ladies all throughout the hour. Thank you both for being here. Yeah, you are doing better than I am today.
I'm standing and I feel comfortable. Standing and sitting and walking.
Yeah, full disclosure, I can't really hide much. Everything kind of shows on my face. I try to be real. I think that's maybe people like the show because we're, sometimes too unfiltered. But I am in massive amounts of pain as I sit here. And
You look a little stiff.
I am very stiff. Yeah, my lower back. I feel like C-3PO. But it's that new trainer's fault, Austin, and he's killing me. And I'm like, I have to remind him, as the song goes, the old gray mare, she ain't what she used to be. And yeah, so I can barely move, and my lower back hurts. I'm broken. Like I am a broken man right now, and it is hysterical. I can't even. I will just admit this. I was in the dressing room moments ago, getting out of my radio clothes to put the fancy suit on. I literally struggled to put my socks on.
Yeah, been there.
Have you? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Pains for gains.
Yeah. I look, and he's telling me it'll be fine in 2 weeks. I'll be fine, believe me. Well, he said the first 2 weeks getting back on the wagon or getting back on the workout horse is hard. But wow, girl, I am, yeah.
Have you ever felt this way? Like, have you ever been this sore from workout?
No, and Galen, look, I've had multiple trainers over the years for this show. They're all great, but I will tell you, this shows you how good that dude is, and we'll get him on the show eventually so you guys can meet him. I have never felt like this in 46 years on Earth. I am real sore. I am just miserable right now, but I'm glad that I'm with you.
I'm glad I'm with you, too, to commiserate and just kind of watch.
Yeah, watch my pain. I know she's loving it. All those days. See, all those days I poke fun at her. You're getting your revenge right now.
I am. Thank you, Austin. I appreciate your help.
That's right. And I'm glad I'm with all of you. Let's get started. Leo, roll the... Let me see if I can lift up this spoon. There we go. That's all I can do.
Wrist still works.
I'm staying in this position. I'm not moving.
No.
I'm just going to move my head like RuPaul does. You ever notice that? Ru does not move her body because of the lighting. Yeah. Well, speaking of working out, Will Smith put it all out there earlier this week, sharing his dad bod with the world. Well, it turns out it wasn't just for the heck of it. There was a reason. Yesterday, look at this, he announced plans to put down the late night muffins, as he said, and get in the best shape of his life because He's teaming up with YouTube, of course, to get his health and wellness back on track. Yeah, we knew it. We should have known it, that it wasn't just, hey, a random photo. He has a new show. And we all fell for it, didn't we?
There was slight speculation amongst our crew that we were like, what's going on? What are we going to find out? I wasn't going with this twist, though. This was not the twist I was thinking.
I'm glad that I fell for it hook, line, and sinker.
Oh, see, no, I
wasn't skeptical. I just thought, Will was at a barbecue and Jada took the picture and we've all, I mean, look, a lot of us during the quarantine, please, ate a few more pizzas than normal.
Well, we didn't have to go anywhere or put on normal pants.
Exactly.
So how do you know if they fit?
and Shakira said hips don't lie, suits don't lie, girl. Suits, I'll add to that, yeah.
None of that lies.
None of that lies.
I wonder what this will be. If this is going to be him narrating something and doing his fitness journey, or
Probably
if he's going to work with someone.
He'll probably work with a trainer, and that's good. I love it. And the fact that Will Smith is mortal, that's fantastic. He's mortal like us, He gains weight.
He's kind of mortal.
I know, he's still a little superior.
Yeah.
Next in the dish, this just dropped a little bit ago. The Stranger Things Twitter account just released a new video this morning. Look at this.
Good morning, children. Good morning, Papa. How are you today? Good, Papa. Good. I'm glad to hear it, because today I have something very special planned for you. 11, are you listening?
So this is supposed to be, we believe, the rumor is, this is going to show the backstory of the character 11, which makes some sense. But I hope they don't spend the whole time. I don't hope this isn't a prequel season. Because the problem with prequels, we have learned, there's no suspense, because you know what happens to all the characters.
It's true.
It's the absence of any type of suspense. That's the foundation of the problem of prequels.
Has her name always been 11? I don't watch the show.
It used to be 7.
Oh, so it's for real 7-Eleven? Oh, you're just... Okay, Beyonce.
I may not be able to move, but I still
Sharp
have
as a
it.
tack.
My wit is still...
I'll just remember that.
That's fine. Just go ahead.
Just remember that.
Sit in that for a while.
I'm gonna poke that bear later.
That's right. Next in the dish. The new season of The Hills, The New Beginnings, returns next week. And you're looking at the only person excited about it right there. And Ted, maybe.
Yeah.
You know why this story is in the show today?
Because Ted.
3 letters. T-E-D. The entire cast, including Heidi and Spence, sat down with the Good Mornings of America and talked about the struggles of last year.
Trying to get pregnant.
Is that dangerous for a baby, for you to be so stressed out every day?
I cry a lot. We just had so much going on with almost losing our company and our finances. It was really challenging, and trying for a baby and having a toddler.
It was hard for us to be on the same page, but now we've been trying and, praying for a baby ASAP.
What have been the biggest challenges of parenting?
ASAP. Kristen Calamari will return for a guest appearance this season as well.
Don't insult my girl like that.
Do you love her?
Duh.
You do?
Yes.
Who is she again? Why do I like her? Why should I like her?
I'm Team Kristen. Jeff is Team LC. From way back in the day with Laguna Beach.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Calamari she turned into like an entrepreneur, right? She actually spun her reality TV-ness into a business. Now, I respect that.
Uncommon James.
What does she sell?
Uncommon James. She does a lot now, but it's mostly jewelry. I have a lot of her jewelry, actually.
With squids and stuff like that?
No, it's very tasteful. Thank you.
Okay. She was married to a football guy, right?
Oh my God. Yes. Good job.
Jay
Cutler for the win.
That's right.
Yep.
And people don't like him, right?
Well, Bears fans
Kind of a
don't.
whiner.
The Bears fans don't love him.
Yeah. Oh, well.
The
That's
Bears.
why. That's why I know him, because Chicago.
Yeah.
But yeah.
The Bears fans don't love him. Okay, can I have a truly honest moment? I
Okay.
had no idea this was the season 2 of this repeat show. I thought this was the first time around they were doing this repeat.
No.
I have that much interest in it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know either. I didn't even know it was coming back.
Yeah, I mean, all of these people were like pretty Dudsville to me, and I don't really need to see them now in their late 30s, early 40s. Like, don't really care. You're still trying to be cool. It's cool. Bye.
Oh, my.
That's how she really feels.
Sorry about being in my mid-40s, but you know.
That's not what I said. They, however, were not that fun in their 20s when they were single and crazy and rich off their parents' money. What's new?
I was a lot of fun in my 20s.
Me too, but we weren't rich off our parents' money.
No, I know. I was, again, gas station credit card, eating roasted chicken from Amoco. We're going to take a break. I had a cell phone where I had such bad credit where I could make calls, but I couldn't receive calls.
Because you could charge the other person?
Yeah, the cell phone company was like, no. And we're going to need you to prepay for 45 years. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this, everyone. Back in a moment. The fun is just getting started. Coming up next, Dax Holt is back from Disneyland to give us the scoop on his latest big interview. Then, she's our friend and a very important figure in late-night TV history. Madeleine Smithberg from Mad in the Kitchen is back with, of course, another fabulous recipe. And then we're going to find out how Madeleine is involved with CNN's new series on the history of late night. That and more when The Jason Show continues.
James, you know, Nick was working out last March. Right on the verge. We were going to scout it. He had a big Carnival Cruise Lines integration coming through.
Oh, wow. That would have been a fun one. We'll still do it.
Do the show from a boat.
Oh, was that the vibe? Do the show from a boat.
Show from a boat.
There was a take a break idea.
Yeah, I'd say let's do the whole show on a cruise ship.
Yes.
Let's get them back on.
Oh my God.
Show them they're safe. We'll do I'd actually 100% do that. A week of shows on a cruise. Ben wouldn't go, but other than that,
You would never do that.
I would do that.
That is your worst nightmare.
No, it's not. Are you joking?
I don't think you understand what this boat is.
I've filmed on a cruise ship before. I think this gang, this guy on a boat. 100%, we should do a week of shows from a cruise ship, only if I can share a room with Pete. And nobody checks our bags when we get on. Those are my only stipulations. Would Ben go on the cruise?
I'm afraid I'm unavailable.
Some staff brainstorming on Corden last night. Can I just toot our own horn for just a second? Sure. That's a network show, man. That's a show with... Jeff, what would you say the budget of that show is? Like...
We can't fathom.
$2 million a year, maybe? Something like that? And they're just sitting around brainstorming with each other, and they're putting it on CBS. We do that every day.
And they want to go on a cruise. Like, we just want a pontoon on the Mississippi.
A cruise? I would just like it if Mim, our boss, sent us to Anoka, for the day.
A pontoon in Anoka.
Yeah. Let us do a show from a pontoon, Mim. That's my boss. That's Mim. Marion Mim Davey. She's fan. I've worked for that woman since 1997.
Really?
Yeah, she hired me fresh out of Red Lobster at WCCO, and she only hired me because I made her laugh. That's right. Or she pulled my name out of a hat.
I think that's why she hired me, too.
She loves to tell people. She plucked me right out of Red Lobster. Yeah. And look where I am now. Sore and I can't move.
Like a lobster.
Our hot dish continues with our Inside of the Stars. Please welcome to the co-host of the Hollywood Raw podcast and now my mortal enemy, Dax Holt, everybody.
How are you, Jason?
Laugh.
How was your last Thursday?
Laugh, clown, laugh, I think is the song. Laugh, clown, laugh. How was? Let me see.
Oh man, I got to rewatch you watching all my videos at Disneyland, which was quite enjoyable.
Yeah. Let me look back. Kendall, what were you doing last Thursday? Oh, that's right. Watching Dax Holt brag that he was at a near-empty Disneyland, and we were here in Eden Prairie, Minnesota. Right? That's what we were doing?
Yeah, I remember that.
I remember that too, yeah.
Jason, I can't tell you, it was the best experience I have ever had at Disneyland. And I'm not even trying to rub this in, but kind of trying to rub it in. I have never seen and I don't think I will ever see Disneyland like that again. I mean, it was just, you walk to the front of every single line. It was nuts.
Yeah.
I've never seen a line for Space Mountain at like 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. Or for Thunder Mountain at 5 minutes. Or Indiana Jones at 5 minutes.
Ted,
or Haunted
Ted, we have a
Mansion
backup
at 5
story
minutes.
if the feed goes down, right? Ted, we have a...
No, but can I tell you one cool thing that happened?
Absolutely.
That I've actually never seen before. So we were in line for Haunted Mansion, and it's actually the one ride that does take a little bit longer because of the stretch room. Because with COVID restrictions, they can't let so many people into the stretch room, so it takes a little bit longer to do it. Well, we're in line, and at one point, we get through into the gates. They kind of wrap the line a little bit differently now, but we get in the gates, and one of the workers at Disneyland said, "Hey, if you're willing to skip the stretch room and you can walk downstairs, come this way." And we got to go this back door through the crypt where if you've gone to Disneyland, you see the crypts and there's this one random door there.
Yeah.
They let us, we go up, knock on the door, it opens, and they let you down a back staircase. They wind you around and you pop out right onto the ride.
That is awesome.
It was really cool.
You're right. It's the only good thing. You'll never see it like this again. Never, ever, ever. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Hey, who'd you have on the podcast this week?
So we had David Weintraub. He is super producer, manager, reality star. I mean, this guy has such a fascinating life. If you don't recognize the name, here's the thing. He grew up with Paris Hilton, with the Tori and Randy Spelling, with the Kardashians, with Jon Stewart. He was in that group growing up, just kind of in Beverly Hills and famous and all of that kind of stuff. And we were just recounting his life. I mean, right now he manages Ray J and Too Short and all these people, Scott Disick. And so we were just kidding. He pulled back the curtain of Hollywood for us, which was really fun. But for him, when I say he grew up with these people, he literally grew up inside the Spelling Manor. And if you know what the Spelling Manor here is in LA, it's the biggest house, the most expensive house. Aaron Spelling built it back in the day when he was doing 90210 and Melrose Place. And the stories that he was telling us of how Aaron Spelling took him to the Playboy Mansion for Midsummer's Night Dream Party when he was 15 years old. And they rolled up in the first ever Maybach limo. And how Aaron Spelling gave him and Aaron's son, Randy, $1 million to make a record label. And they just went out and they blew through all the money and nothing came out of it. And I mean, it was the most fascinating stories, I think, because he's just been in the game so long.
Yeah, and Dax, because you and I are old, for the young people watching, Aaron Spelling is basically Ryan Murphy. Back in the day, if there was a show on television, it ended with Aaron Spelling Productions, from Charlie's Angels to Love Boat to Dynasty to Fantasy Island. And then, as Dax said, into the late 80s and early 90s, 90210, Melrose. Everything was an Aaron Spelling production.
Absolutely. And I mean, this guy had so much money, filthy, filthy, filthy rich. And so, for David here to be telling him how when they went to the Playboy Mansion, I mean, everyone was coming up to Aaron to talk to him, to pitch shows, to do all this kind of stuff, because he was the biggest guy in entertainment at the time.
And Scott Disick owes him money?
Yeah, Scott Disick apparently owes him a ton of money. So we got into this a little bit. We just said, oh, so, you've helped Scott Disick. I mean, Scott Disick, when he came to LA, was sleeping on David Weintraub's couch, trying to find something. David was the one that introduced Scott and Kourtney Kardashian. So that's how intertwined he is with all these people. And he said, I managed Scott's career for a long time, but now he apparently owes him hundreds of thousands of dollars, I guess in the high hundreds of thousands. He didn't get specific. He just said it's less than $1 million, high hundreds of thousands of dollars for like getting him work. And apparently Scott hasn't paid it off. So there's a bit of a sticky issue there, which I thought was kind of interesting.
It's sticky, but again, if you're Weintraub, that's like 7-Eleven money. You know what I mean? Like a couple, that's like,
exactly.
Let's go to the convenience store and get some Slim Jims. Yeah. Well, have a great week, Dax. Thank you. No, all kidding aside, thank you for doing that for us. I know you were there with your family, and we hated bothering you. But honestly, that was one of the funniest things we've played in a very long time. So I really do appreciate your time with your family that you did that for us.
Of course, man. I'm always thinking about you. When I was there, I was like, all right, what can I do now for Jason? What can I show him now in the park?
Thank you, buddy. We'll talk to you next week.
Bye.
Bye, Dax. Find the Hollywood Raw podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Sam Goody, B. Dalton, wherever. Speaking of Disney, listen to this next story, next in the dish. A controversial TikTok star has been given the boot from Disney World forever. Jason Jeter, that's him right there, says the ban came after he was accused of trespassing. He was apparently at the Grand Floridian Hotel right by the Magic Kingdom for some food when security stopped him. His beef with Mickey dates back to March when he was fired by the theme park for entering a closed wedding venue and filming it. Then he was fired. And then a couple weeks after he was fired, he made a viral video drinking out of ornate fountains, like decorative fountains. He would drink water from these gross fountains that are filled with oil and mechanical things. He posted that video on his TikTok account, and then that happened. This is what I don't understand. I watched that video, and I'm a Disney guy too. I get it because you want the clicks, you want the follows, you want the likes, but he seemed totally oblivious to the concept of consequences. He seemed befuddled that Disney would ban him. Almost, and he's taunted Disney before. He made another video on April Fool's Day going, I got banned, just joking, kind of taunting them. Look, there are rules. It's a private company. It's private land. If you go there and you repeatedly break the rules, you should not be surprised. I don't care how popular you are on TikTok, Instagram, or Twitter. If you break the rules, at that company, you're going to be banned. And luckily for humanity, because yesterday I was losing faith in humans, but I happened to look at the comments, and the majority of people also were like, dude, you're surprised? Hello, what do you think was going to happen to you?
Right, vandalizing, defacing, things like that. I mean, drinking out of a fountain that you are not allowed to drink out of and crashing a wedding you're not allowed to be in. Hada!
Yeah. What, to be specific, a venue. There wasn't a wedding going on, but still against the rules. And you worked there.
Right. And you did it knowing people were going to watch because what you were doing was not normal behavior.
And admittedly, I almost feel gross doing the story because we're feeding into his publicity machine. But come on, dude.
I don't know his name, so but that doesn't, I mean.
Well, it's very familiar. If you look on the floor, it'll remind you.
Oh. Now I know it.
Now you know it.
It's Jason.
Jason.
Okay.
Yeah. But you don't know his last name. It's no need to.
Okay, yeah.
Let's say hello to our audience again, Stella and Connie. Either of you been to Disney World or Disneyland?
Disneyland.
Oh, Disneyland?
Yeah.
Oh, the most magical place on earth. Did you see Dax Holt's story when he was taunting me?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I know. Both of them are laughing like, yes, I saw it. It was glorious.
It's glorious.
I know. Thank you, ladies. We'll be back with them in a little bit. I know. It was so good.
I think it's crazy that I've never been to either. No, I went to Epcot once, but it was for a leadership conference, so it didn't really count. Isn't that crazy? How much you love Disneyland?
That's fine. No, I get it. I'll take you. We'll go together.
We'll go together.
Yeah, I'll take you.
That would be the best way to go. It
Yeah,
would, because you know everything and you know what to do.
All kidding aside, we'll go for a weekend. Jason and Kendall, we'll shoot stuff for the show.
Yeah, someone pay for it for us.
Yeah. I'll get our general manager's credit card.
Cool.
Madeleine Smithberg, our good friend from Man in the Kitchen, and she is a late night legend, will be here when we come back. Back in a moment. I'm going to call Sheila now. I'll get her credit card. Welcome back, everybody. Oh. I may be in pain right now, but this makes me, she's Literally human Advil. She makes me feel better. Our next guest was a producer on Late Night with David Letterman and was one of the creators of The Daily Show. And now she has her own cooking show that's the hottest cooking show ever, called Mad in the Kitchen. Please welcome back my lovely, lovely wife, Madeleine Smithberg, everybody. Hi, sweetheart.
Hi, honey. You know, we have such a big house that I never see you. That's the beauty of being married, and then it's going to last forever.
Isn't that the secret, though, Madeleine? That's the secret to a long relationship.
Ding, ding. Stay apart.
Okay, I'm very excited. Well, I'm excited for all your segments, but the cooking one I'm really excited for because you invented this darn thing.
I invented this.
What is it?
It's called the caprese dia. So it's a caprese in quesadilla form. And it came to me one night many years ago in California, and I do not understand why it is not a thing. So I'm going to show you how to make it. It's quick, it's easy, it's delicious, and it's super impressive.
Okay.
So come on over here.
We're coming.
So basically, I'm going to turn on my stove. I've got this, this is a nice nonstick grill pan, but it doesn't really matter. You can use a frying pan. You can use a cast iron. It's not really about the pan. And I just throw my first tortilla in, and I'm going to let it just heat a little bit. Now, in real life, I would probably flip it, but this isn't real life.
No.
This is television. So I'm using this incredible tool I have. It's called my hands, but they're clean. I have the tongs and everything, but I really I'm a very big proponent of getting your hands dirty. And in the case of cooking, I mean that absolutely literally. So I just put a bunch of those on there. And then, I lay some tomatoes. This is so not anal. I just, kind of play. I'm having fun. It's artistic. I'm laying the tomatoes. And then I've got some basil. And I love, every time they have basil plants in the supermarket, I just buy them. And you could cut them up, but I decided not to. It's early in the morning.
Look at you, you rascal. Look at you being frisky.
I'm a maverick. Then I'm just drizzling the tiniest bit of olive oil. I don't want too much because I'll get a sea of mush. Now, oh great, my balsamic glaze is dripping because it's live TV. I just do a tiny little suggestion of the balsamic glaze. And you can use balsamic vinegar, but buy the glaze, it's everywhere. It's like a secret ingredient that brings everything, it makes everything delicious. Then I put a little salt and pepper.
Is that a thicker
honestly,
Madeleine, is that a thicker tortilla? That looks like a quality tortilla there.
This, quite honestly, Jason, is a Trader Joe's olive oil tortilla. Basically, I sent Sam, my husband, to buy tortillas, and this is what he got. And they look really nice.
They do.
But you can use any tortilla. You can also use, they have like pizza crusts or flatbread or naan.
Yeah.
You can use any of those.
Yeah.
Then I put this on the top, and then I just cook it. I do a fancy thing, and by fancy, I mean normal. And I just put this on top and let it press. And then I'm going to cook it. And when we come back from commercial, I'll show you the finished product, and you won't believe how, this is just, I'm very proud of this accomplishment. I'm proud of The Daily Show. I'm proud of Matt in the Kitchen. I'm proud of my son, Harry, but I'm really proud of the caprese dia.
In that order, Madeleine, is it an order of proudness that you just listed?
Okay, wait, let me think about this for a second. I'm proud of my son.
Okay.
I'm proud of Matt in the Kitchen.
Okay.
I'm proud of The Daily Show. I'm proud of my work at Letterman. I'm proud that I can do the splits, and I'm proud of the caprese dia.
Okay. Madeleine, I love that the splits are just a hair above the dia. Just a little bit above the dia. Yeah.
I don't want to sell the splits short.
No.
That would be a disservice to everybody.
Madeleine, how many?
Yeah. Oh my God, it's getting really nice.
Oh, Madeleine, you know I love the production aspect of Matt. Every time you're here, your production budget goes up and up. How many cameras are we working with today, Madeleine? It looks like about 17 cameras.
Okay, let's count them. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it for today. This is only a Thursday.
You know, Madeleine, I know, and I would too, I know you cheat on us with Hoda and Kelly Lee or whoever's over there. Do you do all the cameras for them, or do you save all the cameras for us?
I save the cameras for you. Here's a dirty little secret that won't be a secret in a second. They do it on FaceTime on 2 iPhones.
Oh, really?
I have all this bounty, and they just want the 2 iPhones and FaceTime. I
Okay.
think they have a very busy control room, in fairness. But no, you and Helen Raptis at AM Northwest get the good stuff. Oh,
thank you.
And my own show, Mad in the Kitchen.
Yeah.
And right now, it's called Mad in the Kitchen Live, and I'm going to tell you all about it, but it's every
Yeah.
Saturday night.
We're gonna talk about it after the break. So save.
Perfect.
We have the graphic up there. So Madeleine, the splits, and 4 cameras when we come back. Back in a moment, everybody. Welcome back, friends. We're back with Madeleine Smithberg from Mad in the Kitchen and Mad in the Kitchen Live. Okay, you have the finished product. Is that it?
That is it. It's the Caprese-Dia.
I love that name.
And if you have a dinner party, you can cut them smaller and just put them out, and they'll be devoured, I promise you. Now, I would take a bite because I know it's delicious, but I have 2 more segments, and I don't want to mess up my lipstick. So these are the decisions that we make in the moment.
Yeah.
In the live TV.
Madeleine, can we show that Dilla on all the cameras? Can we make use of all the cameras? Can we show it?
Oh, yeah, let's do that.
Let's show it on every camera.
Sky,
okay.
We're going here.
Okay.
We're going here.
Okay.
We're going here.
Okay. Oh, no.
We're going here.
Okay.
We're going here.
There we go. Perfect. Beautiful.
There we go.
We did it. We
And
got
back to home.
We got
I
all.
love that.
We got all the cameras.
That was like a round robin of camera dia.
I know. Hey, tell everyone before we talk about the docuseries, you mentioned it before the break, your live cooking shows. Tell the folks about that.
Okay. So this is a case of be careful what you wish for, Jason, and I mean that really literally because I love live, and there's something, just doing this with you gets my blood pumping in a really positive way. And so I got this opportunity with this really, really, really high-end group of like tech experts. We'll say experts instead of nerds because they really are experts all over the world. So my control room is at Industrial Light and Magic, where Star Wars is produced. My graphics are coming out of London. My router is in Manila in the Philippines. I am cooking live every week with a chef from somewhere around the world. One woman was in South Africa, and people cook along from all over the world. And it is an out-of-body experience. I'm watching all of them. We're all cooking together.
I love that idea.
And
what a great idea, Madeleine.
It's really cool. It's like cutting edge, of media where we're going. And it's really, really, really fun. And this week we're making fried chicken and waffles with Lori Rogers, called Chef Lori. She's amazing. She calls her kitchen her love lab. And the weird thing is, so do I.
Okay. Obviously, if people, not obviously, if you're new to the show, Madeleine is she's a piece of late night royalty. She worked on Late Night with David Letterman and The Daily Show, and Madeleine is featured in what I'm now obsessed with, CNN's limited series about the story of late night. How involved are you, Madeleine?
Okay, here's the deal. I shot this interview more than 2 years ago. They flew me to Los Angeles, and I was supposed to talk to Bill Carter for, I think, 90 minutes. But I stayed for 3.5 hours, and I almost missed my flight. And they liked me so much, they asked me to come back and be part of a podcast that's leading up to the show. And apparently I'm in like 4 of those episodes. He said I'm in 3, but Bill Carter, who I've now fallen in love with, not as much as you, don't get jealous.
Thank you.
Said that I'm really a star.
You are.
And that he just loves talking to me. So I tell funny stories like the kind that you like, and that's actually what reminded me of the story that I'm going to tell you, because Bill made me tell it. I did a panel discussion last week for private, for like CNN VIPs.
Yeah.
Only 200 people were invited, but with Merrill Marco, who invented Stupid Pet Tricks and is a good friend of mine, and Amber Ruffin, who's hilarious, who has a show on Peacock and was a writer for Seth Meyers, and it was about women in television. So I know a thing or two about that. And it was poor Merrill Marco's audio went down in the middle of it. So you know, Jason, I was there. I had to fill the air.
You had to.
I had to.
The pips went down and Gladys Knight was there. You had to do it.
Exactly. Or I would say Gladys Knight went down and one of the pips took over the show.
Hey, we got to go, but I will tell you that isn't. Did you watch the first episode, Madeleine? It's so well done.
I loved it.
It's so good.
It's so well done. And you just have, I came out of it both with so much respect for Steve Allen.
Me too.
Like for all that stuff that Dave did, like the Alka-Seltzer suit, was a tribute, an homage, or a borrowing of things that Steve Allen had done on his show. And I really liked Jack Parr. It was just so cool to really feel that, you know, my little part in this really kind of important, you know, in a very limited way, but in its place, huge part of media, part of television, part of history.
Yep.
So I think I get big in episodes 3 and 4.
Well, we can't
so
wait.
Make your popcorn or your quesadillas.
That's right. Well,
and be sure to watch it on CNN.
Madeleine's going to get big with another one of her great stories when we come back. Back in a moment, everyone. Quesadilla.
And this is John Godfrey, claims to be a businessman from Albany. We don't know. We don't care, but he's here. And, of course, the lovely, the talented Carly Simon is here. And suddenly I'm doing Joe Franklin. And this is Dr. Ted Borges, who has been in town on our ticket for a week trying to get onto the show. You're a podiatrist?
Yes, I am.
And also a shoe collector?
Yes.
Now, you know, Dr. Borges, did you get something to eat, by the way?
I didn't have time yet.
Okay. Well, by all means, dig into that Play-Doh crackers over there. Were you drawn to this part of the anatomy? What is the connection there? This is.
Well, I actually, when I was younger, I had ingrown toenails.
Oh,
and
God. See, I knew. We're trying to eat here. All right, but in addition to a podiatrist, what is a real common foot ailment?
Well, you have ingrown.
Oh, that's enough. I don't want. Oh, that's
toes,
enough.
bunions,
Okay, that's good. Let's get to the collecting part. You're also a shoe collector.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness. Only Dave. Only Steve Allen and only Dave could do that. That's Dr. Ted, what is it, Borges? Yeah, on with Letterman, back when Letterman hosted his show from the Helen Hayes Suite in the Milford Plaza Hotel. Welcome back. And we are back with our buddy Madeleine Smithberg, who obviously worked on...
I'm doing this for you. I practiced.
Is that camera 3?
That's 2. Here's camera 1. And
I love it. Oh, okay. What's the story?
Oh my God! Seeing that clip, like you really. When he said, "I'm suddenly here," I'm doing Joe Franklin. If anyone knew what the Joe Franklin show was a local TV show that was just like, you know, the saddest guests ever in a really crowded space and not much happened. Oh my God, does that bring back memories? Yeah, it was Bill Carter that reminded me of this story and made me tell it on the panel. So I had found this guy. He was a podiatrist. I forget where he was from, but he was Dr. Ted Borges. Your feet are gorgeous. And
No, really?
Yeah, that was his slogan, which is a good one. I really am proud of him for that. And he had a collection of celebrity shoes, but the hook, when I pitched it, I didn't want anyone to be disappointed and, you know, be expecting Meryl Streep. The most famous person's shoes that he had were Jamie Farr from MASH. So
he had
it was
Klinger.
very
Wait a minute, he had
disappointing.
Klinger shoes.
He had Klinger shoes, but that was it. I mean, really, and to tell you the truth, to look at shoes, really not much happened. So we had flown him in, and then he got bumped, and then he got bumped, and then he got bumped, and every night it became like this funny routine. I would have to, you know, come off the floor and go into the green room and go, Dr. Borges, I have some good news and some bad news. And the bad news is we don't have time for you. The good news is we're going to give you another night in the hotel and you can come back tomorrow. So this happened about, 5 times. It was a whole week. And then we were planning to do this show in the Milford Plaza in just, the Helen Hayes suite. Now, if you know the Milford Plaza, this is not the Ritz-Carlton. This is not the Four Seasons. This is a very serviceable hotel near Times Square, and Times Square hadn't quite changed yet. So I was really jealous because I knew that I wasn't going to get to go to the show. Nobody could go to the Milford Plaza show unless they were working on it. So I get lucky, and we bumped Ted Borges on Friday, and I get to have him come back for the show at the Milford Plaza, which is on Monday. And this was like if the concept of surreal were personified, that's what this was, because Carly Simon was on the show, because Carly Simon has stage fright. And so she was willing to do this show because we weren't going to have an audience. And Hunter S. Thompson was there, which is just always good for like weirdness. And then I got to book Ted Borges, so I got to be there. And they set up this fake green room in a closet, and Dave opens the door of this closet, and sitting there all cramped together are Carly Simon, Hunter S. Thompson, and Dr. Ted Borges. And it was, quite honestly, he was the perfect guest for that show because it was kind of like an anti-show.
Yeah.
And we all got to hear Carly Simon sing Coming Round Again. So it was, that part was really funny. And Hunter S. Thompson was just, who knows what part of the trip he was on. It was like,
you got to listen to the podcast, watch on CNN for more of these, and go to Madeleine's live shows on Saturdays. Madeleine, thank you, sweetie. I appreciate it.
They can find it all. All the info is madinthekitchen.com.
That's right. There she is with her 4 cameras. It's
my 4 cameras and my plugs. Love you, Jason.
Love you. madinthekitchen.com, everybody. We'll be right back. Back in a moment. Oh, my goodness. Look at that beautiful shot by Adam. Quality television right here.
I'm not in it. I can't help but notice.
I love it. You can stay connected with our show on social media right there. Jason Show TV on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. We would appreciate the follow on our personal accounts, too, for more fun, endless fun. Jason Matheson and Kendall Mark. I'm sure I'll be posting me laying on a floor later.
I hope so.
We're going to take a break. We'll be back after this. Here's Jason, immobile for the rest of the evening. So I have an idea. You ready, Kendall? Mm-hmm. You ready, audience? Mm-hmm. Since mixing 2 of my favorite things, Ted and Madeleine Smithberg. Since Ted basically eats 2 foods and doesn't really cook, I think we should have Madeleine teach Ted how to cook an item and that Ted has to eat. Something he's never eaten before. So Madeleine will not only make him eat it, but show him how to cook it. like grilled cheeses and things that normal things.
Yeah.
Do you like
a
that?
capresadilla.
Yeah. Let's say goodbye to our audience. Stella and Connie, thank you for being here, ladies. Come back and see us soon.
We will.
Bye, guys. That's going to do it for us. If you are a kid that's being bullied, I want you to go out and be yourself because nobody can tell you're doing it wrong. Tomorrow, our tribute to moms for Mother's Day. Make sure you send us pictures of your mom on our Facebook page. We'll show them tomorrow. Bye, everybody.